In questions 11 to 17, the question is asking us to solve initial value problems. Question 11, differential equation given is xy dash plus y is equal to 0 and the initial value condition is y of 4 is equal to 6. This implies xy dash is equal to minus y, which implies dy by y is equal to minus dx by x, which implies if we integrate both sides, this implies natural log of y absolute value is equal to minus c, which implies we take e to the power on both sides. So e to the power ln y is equal to e to the power minus ln x plus c. The right hand side we can write as e to the power minus ln x multiplied by e to the power c. This we can write as another constant c1, and the whole expression can be simplified to y, because e to the power ln y is equal to y is equal to e to the power minus ln x is 1 by x, so 1 by x multiplied by c1, or this implies y is equal to any constant c1 divided by x. This is the general solution of the differential equation. Now we will use the initial value condition to get the particular solution. We put y is equal to 6 here, which is equal to c1 divided by x is equal to 4, which implies c1 is equal to 24, and this general solution we can write as 24 divided by x, which is the particular solution of the differential equation. This is the general solution. Problem 12. The differential equation given is y dash is equal to 1 plus 4 y square, and the initial value condition is y of 1 is equal to 0. We can write this as dy by 1 plus 4y square is equal to dx. We have taken all the y terms to the left side and kept all the x terms on the right side. This can be written as 1 by 4 dy divided by 1 by 4 plus y square is equal to dx. We integrate both sides and we can write this as 1 by 4 integration of dy divided by 1 by 2 square plus y square is equal to integration of dx. We can use this formula, that is dx by a square plus x square integration is 1 by a tan inverse x by a plus c. So the left side we can write as 1 by 4 multiplied by 1 by a, which is 2 here, tan inverse x by a is 2y is equal to x plus c. From this we can write tan inverse of 2y is equal to 2 whole into x plus c, or this implies y is equal to half tan 2 whole into x plus c, and this is the general solution of the differential equation. Now we can get the particular solution by substituting the initial value condition into the general solution, and from that we can write 0 is equal to half tan of 2 plus 2c. From general solution we can write this by substituting x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0, and from this we can write tan of 2 plus 2c is equal to 0, which implies 2 plus 2c is equal to n pi for all n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. Because we know that if we substitute this as n pi with n value starting from 0 till infinity, then tan of n pi is equal to 0, and from there we can write 2c is equal to n pi minus 2, or c is equal to n by 2 pi minus 1 for n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. We can substitute this value of c in the general solution to get the particular solution, which is y equal to half tan 2x plus 2 multiplied by this c, which is n pi minus 2 for n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. For n is equal to 0, we can calculate one particular solution, which is half tan 2x minus 2. This is for n equal to 0. Problem 13. Y dash cos hyperbolic square x is equal to sin square y, and the initial value condition is y of 0 is equal to half pi or pi by 2. First we have to take all the y terms to the left side and take all the x terms to the right side, and we can write this as dy divided by sin square y is equal to dx divided by cos hyperbolic square x. We can write this as cosec square y dy is equal to sec hyperbolic square x dx. We can integrate both sides, and this implies, we know integration of cosec square y dy is minus cot y, and integration of sec hyperbolic square x dx is tan hyperbolic x plus c. Y is equal to cot inverse minus tan hyperbolic x minus c, and this is the general solution of the differential equation. We can get the particular solution by substituting the initial value condition in the general solution, and we can write this as pi by 2 is equal to cot inverse minus tan hyperbolic 0 minus c, which implies cot pi by 2 is equal to minus tan hyperbolic 0 minus c. We have cot pi by 2 is 0 and tan hyperbolic 0 is 0. So, from here we can write c is 0, and the particular solution we can get by substituting c is equal to 0 in the general solution, which is cot inverse minus tan hyperbolic x, or cot y equal to minus tan hyperbolic x, and this is the particular solution of the differential equation. Question 14. The differential equation given is dr by dt is equal to minus 2t r, and the initial value condition is r of 0 is equal to r naught. We separate all the r variables and the t variables. We take all the r variables to the left side and keep the t variables on the right side. We can write this as dr divided by r is equal to 2t dt minus 2t dt. We integrate both sides and we can write this as ln absolute value of r is equal to minus 2 t square by 2 plus c. These two terms cancel out, and this we can write as ln r absolute value is equal to minus t square plus c. R is equal to e to the power minus t square plus c, or c1 e to the power minus t square. So, the general solution we got as r is equal to c1 e to the power minus t square. We can get the particular solution by substituting this initial value condition into the general solution. We have r naught is equal to c1 e to the power 0, and this implies c1 is equal to r naught. This c1 we can substitute in the general solution to get the particular solution. R is equal to r naught e to the power minus t square, and this is the particular solution of the differential equation. Problem 15. Y dash is equal to minus 4x by y, and the initial value condition given is y of 2 is equal to 3. We proceed the same way. We take all the y terms to the left hand side and x terms to the right hand side. Integrate both sides. We get y square by 2 is equal to minus 4 multiplied by x square by 2 plus c. This implies y square by 2 is equal to minus 2 x square plus c. This implies y square plus 4 x square is equal to 2c. This is the general solution. We can see that this is an equation of an ellipse. This implies y is equal to 2c minus 4x square square root with a plus or minus symbol, and this is the general solution in implicit form. To get the particular solution, we have to substitute the initial value condition into the general solution. We get 3 is equal to plus or minus square root of 2c minus 4 multiplied by 2 square, which is 4, which implies 9 is equal to 2c minus 16, or c is equal to 25 by 2 or 12.5. We get the particular solution by substituting this value of c into the general solution, and we get y is equal to plus or minus square root of 2 multiplied by 12.5 minus 4x square, which implies y is equal to plus or minus square root of 25 minus 4x square, and this is the particular solution of the differential equation, and this is an equation of an ellipse. Problem 16. Y dash is equal to x plus y minus 2 whole square, and the initial value condition given is y of 0 is equal to 2. At the beginning of the chapter, we had discussed that for this type of ODEs, we will substitute this inside expression to u. The same thing has been recommended in the question. So, we will substitute v is equal to x plus y minus 2 as mentioned in the question. This implies v dash is equal to 1 plus y dash by differentiating both sides with respect to x. We can write the original differential equation as v dash minus 1 is equal to v square. We have replaced y dash with v dash minus 1 and x plus y minus 2 with v. Then we can write this as v dash is equal to 1 plus v square, which implies dv by 1 plus v square is equal to dx. We have separated the variables v and x. This implies tan inverse v is equal to x plus c, or v is equal to tan x plus c. Now we replace b by x plus y minus 2, that is the substitution we had done earlier, and we write x plus y minus 2 is equal to tan x plus c, which implies y is equal to 2 plus tan x plus c minus x, and this is the general solution of the differential equation. We get the particular solution by substituting this initial value condition into the general solution. We get 2 is equal to 2 plus tan c, which implies tan c is equal to 0, which implies c is equal to n pi for n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. We substitute this value of c into the general solution to get the particular solution. The particular solution is y equal to 2 plus tan x plus n pi minus x for n equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. If we take n is equal to 0, then the solution will be 2 plus tan x minus x for n is equal to 0. However, the solutions for other values of n are also valid. Problem 17. X y dash is equal to y plus 3 x to the power 4 cos square y by x. The initial value condition given is y of 1 is equal to 0. In the question, it has been given to substitute y by x is equal to u. So, y by x is equal to u, which implies y is equal to ux. We differentiate both sides with respect to x and we get y dash is equal to u plus x u dash. Now, we write this differential equation as y dash is equal to y by x plus 3 x cube cos square y by x. By dividing with x on the left hand side and on the right hand side, we write this as u plus x u dash is equal to u plus 3 x cube cos square u. We have replaced y dash with u plus x u dash and y by x is u. These u terms cancel out. This can be written as u dash is equal to 3 x square cos square u. We take all the u terms to the left side and this can be written as sec square u du is equal to 3 x square dx. Integrate both sides because the u variable and the x variables have been separated, and sec square u du is tan u, and the right hand side becomes 3 x cube by 3 plus c. These 3's cancel out and this can be written as tan u is equal to x cube plus c, or u equal to tan inverse x cube plus c. Now, we replace u by y by x and we can write this as y by x equal to tan inverse x cube plus c, or y equal to x tan inverse x cube plus c, and this is the general solution of the differential equation. We can get the particular solution by substituting the initial value condition into the general solution, and we get 0 equal to tan inverse 1 plus c as per this initial condition given in the problem, and this implies tan 0 equal to 1 plus c or c equal to minus 1. This value of constant c we can replace in the general solution to get the particular solution. So, the particular solution will be y equal to x tan inverse x cube minus 1. This is the particular solution of the differential equation with this initial condition. Problem 18. The question is asking us to introduce limits of integration in equation 3 of the book such that y obtained from equation 3 satisfies the initial condition y of x0 is equal to y0. This is the equation 3 from the book. The question is asking us to introduce limits of integration which satisfies y of x0 is equal to y0. That can be done by writing y0 here, x0 here, y here and x here to make the solution satisfy the initial condition y of x0 is equal to y0. We will verify this. First, let us follow the usual method that we have been following till now. The equation 3 in the book gives us g of y dy equal to integration f of x dx plus c. Now, let us assume that integration of g of y dy is capital G of y and integration of f of x dx is capital F of x plus c. Following our usual method, we can get the value of c by substituting the initial value condition in this equation, and this implies g of y naught is equal to f of x naught plus c, which implies c equal to g of y naught minus f of x naught. Now, this was the general solution of the differential equation. We can get the particular solution by substituting this value of c that we got, and we can write the particular solution as g of y equal to f of x plus c, which is g of y naught minus f of x naught. We can take this g term to the left side and we can write this as, this implies g of y minus g of y naught is equal to f of x minus f of x naught, and this is the particular solution of the differential equation that we got by following the usual method that we have been doing till now. By using the limit of integration, we can follow a second method, method 2, by using limits of integration by using limits of integration or definite integral. When we use limits of integration, the integration is called a definite integral. So now we can write integration of y naught to y g of y dy is equal to integration of x naught to x f of x dx. We don't need to write this c because we are using a definite integral. Now we had assumed that integration of g of y dy is capital G of y. So this can be written as capital G of y with limits from y0 to y equal to capital F of x with limits from x0 to x. Now from definite integral we know that this term will be g of the upper limit minus g of the lower limit. So this will be g of y minus g of y0. Same with the right hand side, this will be f of the upper limit x minus f of the lower limit x naught. And this result we got by using a definite integral or by using limits of integration. We see that these two are the same results. The first one we got by following the usual method we have been following till now, that is by first calculating a general solution, then substituting the initial condition, getting the value of c, and then substituting the value of c into the general solution to get the particular solution. The second method is the easier one, in which we put the limits of integration, and using that definite integral we directly got the particular solution. Only one thing to remember here, put the initial value condition in these places and x and y in these places. Here we put y naught to y on the left hand side because the left hand side had y variables in it, and x naught to x on the right hand side because the right hand side only had x variables in it.